Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk.
How can you afford these things?
Here and in today's video, we have a brand new video. So today we're going to be counting down the top 10 rarest item shop cosmetics of 2023. It is 2024 now, and this is a yearly tradition where I cover the top 10 rarest cosmetics here in Fortnite. However, there are some caveats with this year. I did not include wraps, I did not include music packs, mostly because I don't think people necessarily care about those as much as the other things that I will talk about here. So let's get right into it. So starting off at number 10, we have the Sky Serpent Glider. This was last seen 917 days ago, and it's the glider for the Scarlet Serpent skin. The glider is not great. I really do not like this glider. Most reasons as to why a thing is rare is usually because no one necessarily cares about them enough to bring them back. Like, no one would buy them if they did bring them back, I like to think. This is one of those where I'm like, it's not very good, so I don't necessarily care for it. At number 9, though, we have the Crop Duster. This was last seen 921 days ago, and this is actually a really creative and fun glider. I do enjoy this one. This is for the Hayseed and Sunflower skins, and I think it's really good. Not entirely sure why this one hasn't come back in a while. I could see why people wouldn't really like this one. It's a little loud. It's a little obnoxious, but I think it's really creative, and I really like what they did with this one. It should have been Farmer Steel's glider, honestly. Moving on, though, to number 8 is the Meteor Skimmer. This was last seen 974 days ago, and this belongs to the Cypress Nell skin. I really do not like the Cypress Nell skin. I don't think a lot of people do either. So the glider also not being something people necessarily care about, so much so that they haven't brought it back in so long, it kind of speaks volumes there. Moving on to number 7, this is going to be exciting to some people, is the Guardian Shield Glider. This has last been seen 1,018 days ago. This is the Kratos Glider, and everyone loves Kratos. Everyone loves his pickaxe. I've been seeing it clickbaited all over the internet, on Twitter and on YouTube, saying, oh, hey, it's back. Hey, guys, the Leviathan axe is back, right? Like, oh my God, it's so frustrating to see that. Like, regardless of all that, basically hasn't been seen in a while. Same with the entire Kratos set. 1,018 days, pretty long time there. Number 6 is the Dumpster Flyer. This is probably the worst glider here on the list. This was last seen 1,290 days ago. It's literal trash. It's a dumpster glider, like literally. Dumpster Flyer, more like dumpster glider. Oh snap. No, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Also, I believe they actually removed some of the tires on top of it, because I'm looking at the preview here on the website, and I'm not even seeing the tires that were on it before. Like, I wonder what happened to that, right? Like, I think they like removed some assets off of it. It's even worse. It's even worse without the tires. Regardless, it's a bad glider. I don't like it at all. Moving on, though, at the number 5 spot is the Surefire Glider. This was last seen 1,297 days ago, and this is actually a pretty fun glider. This is for the Supersonic skin, but honestly, I feel as though this would have looked better with like Bullseye or Sure Shot. Not sure why they went with Supersonic for this, because it doesn't really fit the vibe with them, with their color schemes and all that. But regardless of that, it's still a pretty neat glider, pretty simple one at that. Hasn't been seen in a while. And then we move on to number 4, which is the Engage Glider. This was last seen 1,617 days ago. It is a part of the Takara set. We have not seen the Takara set in quite some time. It's a fan favorite amongst the Twitter users. And yeah, Engage, it's a pretty cool glider. Just haven't seen it in a while. So maybe we'll see it sometime in the near future. Who knows? At the number 3 spot, we have the Voyager. This was last seen 1,706 days, and it's a part of the Space Explorer set. So basically, it's every single skin in that set. So Leviathan, Dark Voyager, Dark Vanguard, the Corrupted Voyager, they all fall in that same set. But this glider looks like it was really only made for, I want to say, the Battle Pass skins, the Mission Specialist and the Moonwalker skins, because this thing looks like cheese. It doesn't look like it goes with any other skin in this set besides maybe those two. Maybe Moonwalker, but like, yeah, it's a strange one. Haven't seen it in a long time, and I think it's going to stay that way for a little bit. At the number 2 spot, we have the Warthog Glider. This was last seen 1,707 days ago. Now, this is a pretty clean glider, and yeah, just has not been seen in a long time. It was just a generic Season 1 shop glider, and that's how it is. And also with the number 1 spot, it's the exact same thing. Road Trip Glider was last seen 1,755 days ago. It is literally a season 1 glider, has not been seen in quite some time. Now, I do know that people are going to get a little mad at me. Well, what about the Heartspan glider, right? Heartspan glider was last seen 1,780 days ago. And I don't know why I didn't include it here. I guess it's because like it was free. But then again, one of the emotes in the top 10 rare is also free. So I guess like this could be number 1 as well. But like, I don't know. It was free for 3 days. I don't know if that like fits the item shop criteria for me, even though it really should. I feel like this was just granted to everybody. So it just doesn't seem like it would fit in the item shop section, but I put it here as like a special little case here. So if you want to say this is number 1, then this is number 1. Now we move on to the pickaxes, a little bit more interesting here with the top 10. Starting at the number 10 spot is the Scoop Shot Pickaxe. This was last seen 1,237 days ago, and they belong to the King Crab skin. They're actually really unique and really cool, in my personal opinion. King Crab himself as well, I think, is a dope skin, and we just haven't seen this set in general in a while. The skin we've seen a little bit, but the pickaxe, for whatever reason, was only out one time, and that's all she wrote. I think it's a really dope pickaxe. Would love to see it return someday in the future. Moving right along to the number 9 spot is the Iron Claws. This was last seen 1,254 days ago. Painfully generic pickaxes, only seen once. Let's kind of keep it that way. These things are just kind of boring. And that's really what I got to say about it. They don't belong to anything. I don't think they're in any set or anything of the sort. Just not really interesting. We move on to the number 8 spot, which is the Serrated Slicers. These were last seen 1,258 days ago. They belong to the Tech and Terra skins. It's a whatever set, in my opinion. They're just okay to an extent. They're just okay. The pickaxes, nothing to sneeze at. They're pretty boring, but that is what you expect when you look at a top 10. We move on to the number 7 spot. This is going to get people excited, is the Diamond Jack. This was last seen 1,344 days ago. You're going to hear that number again in another top 10 here, so be on the lookout for that. You're going to hear it twice, actually.
Twice!
So Diamond Jack was last seen a little bit ago. I believe it was a reskin of a Chapter 2 Season 2 pickaxe, but engraved in diamonds. It is what it is. I mean, it looks dope, and everyone really wants it back, so there you go with that. It just hasn't been back in a while. Moving on from that, though, at the number 6 spot is the Scully Splitter. This was last seen 1,435 days ago. Frankly, I have no idea why we haven't seen this one in so long. I mean, we see the Scully skin so many gosh darn times, even though I just looked at it now. She's been out 58 times. That's ridiculous. But not only that, she hasn't been seen in like 300 plus days. So maybe they're taking a break from her. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, but yeah, maybe they're just taking their time. I genuinely have no idea. We'll have to wait and see on what they do with that pickaxe. If they do decide to bring it back, when and why would they do it? I don't know. We move on to the number 5 spot. It's the Jagged Edge. Last seen 1,545 days ago. Did you know this went with Catastrophe? I sure didn't. It's a bad pickaxe. Moving on from that, honestly, because there's really not much else to say there. We move on to number 4. It's actually two pickaxes tied. It's the Brute Force Pickaxe and the Arrow Axe Pickaxe. Both of these were last seen 1,574 days ago. Starting with Brute Force, I actually quite like this pickaxe. It's actually pretty aggressive looking, like the color scheme, because it goes with the Hypernova skin, which is a very unique skin in of itself. And it's a pretty cool pickaxe. Not so much, I think, with the Arrow Axe. This was made for the Aeronaut skin. Aeronaut itself, pretty cool. The pickaxe, I could kind of do without it. It's just kind of I don't know. We move on to the number 3 spot, which is the Shamazin Pickaxe. This was last seen 1,617 days ago. This goes along with, once again, the Takara skin, a fan favorite in the Twitter sphere. Have not seen this pickaxe in a while. Quite unique, honestly. I really do like it, and I wonder if they will bring it back sometime in the near future. I have no idea. Maybe it comes out tonight. I doubt it. But anyway, we move on to the number 2 spot. It is the Rock Breaker. This was last seen 1,664 days ago. Once again, an actually pretty unique pickaxe. Just haven't seen it in a while. It doesn't say it's in any set, but I do believe it would go with the Cole skin. That's just my guess. I feel like they were made to be together, and I do believe they were released at the same time. I could very well be wrong with that one, but regardless, haven't seen it in a while. Comes in the number 2, and at the number 1, Widow's Bite. Last seen 1,701 days ago. And it's so crazy to think that the Black Widow outfit came back just 33 days ago from the time I'm recording this video. After not being seen for over 1,600 days, the pickaxe did not come back with it. It's quite a shame because I do think the pickaxe is pretty good, and we'll have to see if it'll ever come back. Will it? I could see it coming back. I just don't know when. Let's move on to the emotes. I'll be straight up with you. The emotes, kind of lackluster this time around. Nothing too crazy to really go over here. With the emotes, they seem to be the same as they were last year just because there's barely any returns for emotes, but we'll go through them real quick. Anyway, number 10 is the Laser Blast, last seen 932 days ago. It's a fun emote. I really quite like it with the Major Laser skin. I think the entire set is really unique, and I feel like a lot of people give it crap for some unknown reason. I have no idea why. I think the set in general is really, really good. The music packs especially are really good. And yeah, emote, I think it's pretty dope. We move on to the number 9 spot, which is the Sing Along. This was a free emote that was last seen 1,091 days ago. Why they haven't brought it back for the past 3 Winterfests is beyond me. I have no idea why they just wouldn't resell it. You did resell it in 2021 in the beginning of it, and they just haven't brought it back. It was available for free for so long. Everyone has it. If you didn't get banned like me, everyone has this emote. So it's really not rare at all, but it just hasn't come back in a while. That's why it's in here on this list. And speaking of emotes that, you know, are just kind of whatever to me, is the Out With The Old. This was last seen 1,095 days ago, and it's an emote that will never come back out again because it's only to reference the fact that 2020 sucked because of you know what, and then we have a new year in 2021. That's literally it. They have zero reason to bring this emote back. It will never come back, and that's it. It's a bad emote in my personal opinion. It is what it is. I mean, it's not like it's bad. It's just that it's not a dance. No one necessarily cares about it. It just kind of is what it is, and it's never coming back. They have zero reason to bring an emote that's specifically dated with 2020 and balloons and then 2021. There's absolutely no reason why they would bring it back. There's just absolutely no reason to bring it back. So they're not going to do it. It's a painfully generic emote that's going to be in the top 10 forever. You know, it is what it is, I guess. We move on to the number 7 spot, which is another emote that confuses me. It's the Zombie Shambles emote. This was last seen 1,151 days ago. It was out one day. It is a Halloween emote that was only out one time and never again. Why? I don't know. Fortnite is a weird video game. Anyway, we move on to number 6. It's the Raise the Cup emote, last seen 1,227 days ago, and this will never come back either, as this was the Fortnite World Cup emote. I don't see them bringing this back. I think they said that this was exclusive to that, so I don't see it coming back ever. It's fine. It's cool. I miss the music. I miss the Fortnite World Cup, honestly. Actually, you know, this is completely off tangent. Looking at the music packs for like the top 10, even though I didn't do a top 10 for them this year, I found like the Marathon music pack, and that music pack brought me so much nostalgia, I almost teared up. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wow, I miss this. Like, I hope they bring that music pack back, because that's probably my favorite one now. It's just so nostalgic to me. I don't know. I just miss the simpler times. But regardless, we move on to the number 5 spot, which is Headbanger. Last seen, say it with me now, 1,344 days ago. It is Travis Scott's emote. And yeah, a lot of people like Travis Scott. Hasn't been seen in a while. Only been seen for 6 days in a row and then never again. Same with the Travis Scott set in general. It is what it is. So we move on. So it looks like my data got a little bit confusing here, but I think this is correct. At the number 4 spot, we have the Go Home and the Welcome emotes. Last seen 1,541 days ago for the Season X event. They're painfully bad, and that is what it is, right? At the number 3 spot is the Kiss the Cup. This was last seen 1,618 days ago. Now, this was actually what I meant to talk about. This is the Fortnite World Cup emote. The other one was some other emote for like a soccer thing. Both emotes are just kind of basically the same with like basically the same animations. It is what it is. It's an emote that's exclusive to the Fortnite World Cup. Probably will not see it anymore. We move on to number 2. Now, this is where my data gets weird because I forgot to put on like a filter for like the top 10 rarest emotes. And they're saying that Hot Marat was not an item shop emote. I'm pretty sure it was an item shop emote lasting 1,863 days ago. But maybe I'm wrong with that. I'm pretty sure it was in the item shop, but I guess because it was like free for like 2 days, they don't really count that as a shop thing. And I'm more inclined to believe them on that. I'm just going to still say it was Hot Marat, even though, again, it was free. It hasn't been seen in 1,863 days, though, so it's been a hot minute. And then moving at the number 1 spot is the fresh emote lasting 1,867 days ago. Just haven't brought it back. Really, just haven't brought it back. Tidy came back. The one other rare emote came back. Not this one, though. And I guess if you want, say Hot Marat doesn't count, right? We would all want to say that. Then everything I just said, move that up one. And then if you want a number 10, I guess it would be the pull-up emote lasting 903 days ago. Yeah, it's probably this one. It's a fun emote. A lot of people like it, but I think the reason why it hasn't come back is because DaBaby is somewhat questionable or I guess controversial. I don't really know. Just hasn't come back in a while. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. I have no idea. They have different reasons for why they don't bring certain things back. Who really knows at this point? So we move on to the best part of the video, which are the skins, the outfits, the top 10 rarest skins of the game. Oh my god, there is so many to talk about here, and I could actually talk about these way more than I could talk about anything else that I mentioned in this video because they're more interesting to me. Okay, we start off at the number 10 spot. It's Astrojack and Travis Scott. I can't believe that these two skins actually made it to the top 10 rare, but they did. And they were last seen, once again, 1,344 days ago. Unbelievable, honestly. After the entire event, everyone loves the Travis Scott skin, and I don't think anyone really cares for Astrojack. I think Astrojack is mad unique, and I feel bad a lot of people don't really care about that skin, but they care more about Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott's a cool skin, but I guess with everything that's been going on with Travis Scott for the past 3 years, I guess there just isn't like anything going on. I don't think that he's going to come back anytime soon, even though we've talked about it plenty of times here on the channel as to why he could. Tim Sweeney said he is more than welcome to come back. I think it's more of he doesn't want to come back into the game because he likes his stuff exclusive. I don't really know, even though item shop stuff is never exclusive except very few times. Regardless, it'll be interesting to see it come back if it does. We'll have to wait and see on that, though. Moving on to number 9, painfully generic skin. It's the Scout skin, lasting 1,427 days ago. Actually, I'd take that back. Scout is a pretty cool skin. It's generic. It's a Season 1 outfit. It doesn't really have anything crazy going on with it. Yeah, I guess it is generic. I like the color scheme with it, though. I was going to say one of the other skins in this top 10 is painfully generic. But regardless, Scout, I think, is actually a pretty cool one. Even though it is generic, it's a Season 1 skin. It's understandable as to why it's kind of generic. But now we move on to the number 8, which is all of the old NFL skins. So you got Blitz, Endzone, Gridiron, Interceptor, Juke, Rush, Spike, and Strong Guard. They were all last seen 1,428 days ago. I don't see these returning whatsoever. They're outdated now. We have better NFL skins now, even though I do like the color schemes on these outfits as well. The fact that they didn't even update the Washington Commanders logo or the emblem or anything like that on these outfits make me think that they are forgotten about and they're probably never coming back and they're probably never getting updated. These were refunded a while ago because of the change to the name of the Washington football team. And because of that, I feel like a lot of people refunded these skins because they don't use them at all anymore. So I like to say that these are pretty darn rare. Honestly, if you have one of these, I think they're pretty rare. We move on to number 7. It's the Trench Raider, last seen 1,444 days ago. It's Shark Boy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That's my kind of comparison there with it. It's not great. It's an understandable reason as to why it's in the top 10. For the reason that no one really bought him, and I don't think anyone really cares. I don't see anyone calling for his return. He's just kind of generic. I'm sorry. It is what it is, though. We move on to the number 6 skin, which is the Cole skin. Last seen 1,485 days ago. I like it. It's pretty interesting, I guess. But there's not a lot going on with it, and it just has not been seen in so long. I don't think many people bought him. It is what it is. Cole at the number 6 spot. We move on to number 5, which is the Shaman skin. I actually cannot believe it's actually here on this list. Is that true? Yeah, it's saying 1,491 days ago. I guess I'm getting it confused with Night Witch. They bring that back quite a bit. But yeah, Shaman just hasn't been seen in so long. And this skin is mad unique. I really do like it. I wish they do bring this one back. I think it is a very good skin. Just hasn't been seen in a while. Oh well. We move on to the number 4. It's Tracker. Last seen 1,503 days ago. It's bad. It's painfully bad. It's just a season 1 skin like Scout is, but I feel like Scout's character is a bit cooler and more interesting than Tracker's is. I don't remember all the names. I think Scout's is Spitfire. I don't remember all their code names. Regardless, it is what it is. Tracker just kind of bad. It's not anything to write home about. I do like the gray and orange, kind of orange. It looks more like banana yellow. I can't really tell what I'm looking at here, but we move on to the top 3, and it's gonna stay the top 3 for a bit. I would assume it's the Paradigm skin at 1,541 days ago. This skin is exclusive to the Season X event. I don't know why they made this skin exclusive. I think that's really dumb that they did that, but it is what it is. She's in the top 3. It's a cool skin, part of the 7 story character, you know? Anyway, moving on from that, that is exclusive. And then number 2 is also exclusive. The World Warrior, last seen 1,618 days ago. Exclusive to the Fortnite World Cup. I don't see them bringing this back either. It's a cool skin, but everyone has it. Because I think everyone knew that if you were playing back then, you bought this because you knew it was never coming back. You know, you got a rare skin on your hands, even though, again, I think a lot of people own it. Regardless, just has not been seen in so long. And then number 1, last seen 1,764 days ago, is the Reflex skin. I still do not think that this skin is exclusive whatsoever. They've brought back the pickaxe and the glider very many times, just not the skin. And yes, those items were actually exclusive. They were not only for Instinct, they were mostly for Reflex, as they got the special edit styles because they brought them back in the shop. So they can bring back Reflex. When will they do that? I don't actually know, and we'll have to wait and see on that. But guys, that's it. That is the top 10 rarest skins in Fortnite item shop history as of right now. This will probably get outdated by the end of the year, next year. That's usually how it works, I guess. So that's it. That's it for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know with a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. And use code ITALK in the Fortnite item shop if you'd like to support me. And y'all have a good one now. See ya.